What's up and welcome to our podcast, Toast to Tea.
We're two friends that love the world of celebrity and pop culture and talking about it with you.
To join our world of celebrity, make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to our podcast. Now hit it!
It's about that time.
Wait, where's the Chris Cam?
To say cheers to our world of celebrity.
1000%.
They're back together, and it feels just right.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya.
Raise your glass.
I'm Maddison Hill.
And I'm Courtney Revolution.
Because it's our moment to
Toast to tea.
Courtney, how are you feeling? How are you doing this week? You're fresh off the Circle Rap Party. I love it.
Well, I'm still tired, to be honest. You know the Circlers love to get up and they love to get down. It was nice to meet the season 7 cast. I think that they're a very interesting bunch. To me, they're very different from all the other casts. I just feel like, I don't know, there's just something different about them. I made sure to try to have like little conversations with almost all of them, or at least a little moment with all of them, and I liked them a lot. I think that they're mature. I think that there may be like a circle wedding happening at some point.
Wait, really? From season 7?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, ma'am.
I need to watch. Oh, my God.
Girl.
Wait, were they together at the rap party?
Yes.
Oh, very much
yes.
together. Okay. We're out in the open about it. We're not hiding it.
It's serious.
Oh,
yes, ma'am.
serious.
He's very serious about her. She's very serious about him. And
do they live in the
I
same
think
place?
That they're lovely. I'm not sure, to be honest. I
Oh my
gotta peek in on
God.
more of their lives, but
A long distance love affair.
they've been definitely dating for a year. They confirmed. So basically, since the show was over, it seems like, since they filmed.
Oh my God. Wait, that's actually kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. What on the circle?
Like the first circle couple.
Yeah. Okay. Official. I feel like they've tried a few people over the few seasons, but like they're legit. Dating a whole year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you already know, girl. I had a couple cocktails, was running amok, acting a fool, and I met some of the castmates from the summit. Shout out to Theron and Miss Patty.
Oh my God.
I love them. They're lovely. Theron doesn't live far from me. Patty doesn't live far from me, so I want to hang out with them.
So are you
lovely.
okay? You're gonna hang out. I need to still watch the summit. I need to watch the summit.
I told.
Did you tell Christian that I haven't watched
that
it?
You didn't watch it.
What
I
did
don't
he
want
say?
to tell you what he said.
I know it was
but
shady.
I'm sure you could guess what he said.
I'm
I was
so-
like too happy to tell him. I was like, Christian, Maddison hasn't seen the summit.
You guys, my friend Christian, him and Courtney together is literally the most lethal combination, and I love every second of it. But I just
So
know I'm
funny.
like, you two together, nobody cross your paths. They will be obliterated in the best way possible. In
We don't
the
play
best way
that.
possible. No. And I also know too, if anyone ever came for me and you two were present, also
There would be
R.I.P.
some violence.
R.I.P.
There would be some
Like,
violence,
that's
yeah.
just the
We
type
don't
of
play
friends
that.
you both are. And so I love when you're together. And I love even if I'm not there. Like, I was in Vegas and I just knew, I was like, oh, dear God, I can only imagine what Christian is telling Courtney right now. I can only imagine. I already know the comments are out of bounds.
It was funny, but
Oh, my God.
watch the summit, Madison. At least the first episode.
I know. I need to. I'm a bad friend. I'm going to watch The Summit, even though I would never in a million years do it because it is a
Same.
hard show, but I will watch, I will support. And I also need to watch Love is Blind season 7. I know I'm behind on that.
Oh my God. I just got caught up before I got on the podcast, and Madison.
God.
All I'm going to say is this. This is not a spoiler, but I don't know whether I want to laugh or cry at one of the couples based off of what I just viewed. And that's where I'll leave it.
Laugh
You
or
gotta get
cry?
caught up. Laugh or cry, girl. Laugh or
Oh
cry.
my God. I get
'Cause
too
what the
invested
hell?
in these Love is Blind people.
And that's where the cry part comes
Yeah,
from.
I get
Because I'm, like,
way too
But like,
invested.
what is this? Like, how do we find the messiest people for Love is Blind? Like, I want to hug and shake the hand of everyone that works on that casting team.
Well, I
They
also
did it
think
this season.
too, Love is Blind is so unique in the fact that they cast people from one city, and the way that they're able to find the messy people, because I do think it gets messier every season, the messy people all living in a certain mile radius of one another who have never dated. Like, honestly, shout out to the Love is Blind casting team. Like, that is an incredibly hard task that they do so well.
Can I ask you something, Maddison, before we do what we got to do? Should Love is Blind be more focused on the love or the mess? Because I think it's interesting what you said is like it gets messier each season, and it does, and I never mind that. But coming from that first season where basically all we had was like, what, Diamond and Carlton?
Yeah.
Which like wasn't so
And that
explosive
was not
in
even
terms of
that
like
drama,
things that have happened now. Yeah. Like, should we focus more on whether the couple stay together or more of the drama? Is there like
Here's the
middle ground?
I wish it would be more like season 1, where people were there for the love, for the right reason. And I think this just happens as shows evolve. The more popular a show gets, the more you have to lean into the mess, because the more people aren't there for the right reasons. They can say they're there to get, you can tell when someone is there for a little added benefit. And I think that is unavoidable. The longer a show is on, the more seasons it gets. So I think, as much as I want to say, I wish they would lean more into the love like season 1, because I'm a hopeless romantic. I love, like, Lauren and Cameron, that's
what drew us in.
His glow up since marrying her is literally insane. And you know what? Barnett and Amber were made for each other. Like, they also...
Amber's pregnant.
I love that. I didn't even know that. That is like incredible.
Lauren and Cameron just started their new podcast, and Barnett and Amber were on it, where they announced
that is
she's
amazing.
pregnant.
That is absolutely amazing. I just don't think that'll ever happen again. Like, I don't think, because now we're too far deep, so we got to lean into the mess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think at this point, if we had a season where it was so much love and less drama, we would say it was boring. Because we've had, like, after that, like 5 straight fire seasons of ridiculously Maury levels of deception, fun, and paternity.
Right.
But yeah, Love is Blind season 7, so far, smash hit.
Okay.
Of course, the first few episodes are a little slow, but
I'm going to watch it.
A couple glasses of wine, you'll speak to it.
Oh, thank God. Okay, perfect. Say less. I will be doing that. Okay, Courtney, let's go ahead and cheers to the tea.
I got water.
Me too. I'm really trying to hydrate. Trying to get back on. I have been on not a good, no health kick in sight, so we're trying to get better. I say that as I literally had wine out at dinner last night, and it was Wednesday, but whatever, it's fine.
I saw your Chipotle bowl on the TikTok. It looked good.
Okay, I was trying to do.
That's a good one.
I was trying to get out of my comfort zone this week with my content, and I thought, I was like embarrassed.
Tag them.
I was embarrassed to put it on Instagram.
I had a feeling. Maddison put that shit on Instagram.
You know me.
That's relatable.
You guys, it is literally so sick how well, in the best way, that Courtney knows me. He knew that I was too uncomfortable to put that on Instagram, which is why I only put it on TikTok.
But I get that, because some of my stuff I don't put on Instagram. So I'll be like, this is just.
You know why? It's because Instagram feels so personal. Like, I know, and it's so silly, because my sister all the time is like, Maddison, why do you care what anyone thinks of you from back home? Like, you're doing something that's so different anyway. Like, why do you care? But sometimes I still find myself caring. Whereas, like, I would not post that because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want someone to be talking ish about this.
Can I break you out of that? Can I break you out of that?
Yes.
It's not for them. It's not for the people at home. It's for the audience.
That's true.
And that's how I had to get out of being angry when people I knew personally like weren't interacting with my stuff.
Yeah.
My stuff is not for them.
That's true.
It's for the community. It's for the House of Hill. It's for the people that support us. So think of it that way. We want to know what's going on in the goddamn bowl. Well, now on Instagram, so you can tag the brand.
Okay, I'm literally gonna post it, even though it was 2 nights ago, because now I feel guilty. Now I'm like, oh my God, you're right. I should have posted on Instagram. I feel bad.
Inspire you, girl.
Okay, I'm inspired. I feel like I went to church. Thank you, Jesus. In the words of Melissa Gorga, I feel better. Thank you. Okay, I'm literally, if you saw my Chipotle video on TikTok, go like it again on Instagram, because I'm going to post it on there too. Or I'll just keep doing more content like that. Sorry, now we're digressing. Courtney, you know I always got a trauma dump on you on what content I need. Let's go what's going on in the teapot. Kicking things off, actually talking about growth and change and expanding your horizons. This is actually the perfect segue into our first piece of tea. J-Lo giving her first interview since the divorce from Ben. And Courtney, normally I am like all over J-Lo's back, but this interview I actually, dare I say, enjoyed it. I actually think she was honest. I actually think she was kind of open. She sat down with Nikki Glazer, who's a comedian, obviously, as you know, for Interview Magazine. And about her split, she said, quote, "Sometimes, Nikki, it's going to work out great and sometimes it won't, and that's effing okay too. I was thinking about this time in my life and I'm like, that's not what I thought it was going to turn out like. And then I thought, no, this is exactly where I needed to be to lead me to where I want to go." She also made it clear she is not looking to date anyone, which I think is a good thing. She said, "For people who are romantics and love being in relationships and want to grow old with somebody, we think we have to have that to be whole and happy, and you don't. It took me 30 years. Which I'm like, honestly, J-Lo, shout out to you for recognizing that, even if it did take 30 years, you know what I mean? She did say this summer, which when all of the Ben Affleck drama was going on, was super effing hard. It felt lonely, unfamiliar, scary, sad, desperate. But once she realized those emotions aren't going to kill her, she was able to grow and find that she's capable of being happy and joyful by herself. She said a relationship doesn't define her. What do we think? I was actually very surprised by it.
I want to say I really appreciate and I respect the vulnerability. I don't know if we get these kind of moments from J-Lo often.
Like ever.
Yeah, right? But I like the fact that she's so prominent. Her platform is so big that people will be inspired by hearing someone like J-Lo, whose brand kind of in a way is built off of her failed relationships, say that a relationship doesn't define her. I think that a lot of people need to hear that. So I like that it came from J-Lo. Because, I mean, outside of Ben Affleck and little other things, people like J-Lo. So
that is true. I feel like I've been a little tough on J-Lo, you know, over
But what
the
happened in
time.
the club with Diddy?
Oh, so that, I'm glad you bring this up because
And Shine.
Courtney, was earlier this week just praising this J-Lo interview. I was like, girl, I'm so surprised. This is making me forget that you lied about getting Botox. Like, I am forgetting about all your engagements. Like, yes, 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 yes. And then someone brought it up to me. They were like, Maddison, yeah, you're sitting here praising her now because you forgot about Diddy. And she's doing this on purpose to you. And I was like, you know what? Y'all are so right. And so, Courtney, I'm so glad you saw through that. See, I was in a J-Lo cloud. I was like, oh, girl has evolved. Girl has grown.
She could have learned all of those things. Let me be clear. She definitely could have learned all of these things. All of these things definitely could be true, and they are true. A relationship doesn't define anybody. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that you had to have known something when it came to Sean Puffy Diddy Combs and that Glock. A purse, allegedly, and Mr. Shine, who went to jail for somebody.
And he has always maintained his innocence.
And
And
so what do you know?
the woman who was the victim has always pointed the finger at the one person who we all know, which, by the way, just a slight Diddy update for you guys. He is expected to be in court again this week. He actually did show up
He's in
today.
court right now.
Yeah, he's in court right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to start the trial next spring. And now I also saw the latest headline before we started this, Courtney, is that his lawyers are accusing the prosecutors, of releasing the Cassie video. They're claiming they did that, they leaked the video, and so now their client cannot have a fair trial because it's going to taint the jury pool.
Maddison.
Yes, the feds. They're saying the feds leaked the video.
Even if they did, you beat that woman.
That's how I feel.
And you need to go to jail.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Forever.
One.
Like, are you like, who cares? I know I don't.
And also, I don't trust the government at all. But I'm
Leak
just
something
saying,
else.
literally,
Leak something
leak
else.
more. I just feel like that is a crazy justification to be like, well, we should probably call it a day, right? Because they leaked it and, you know, he's a changed man. His mom spoke out, which I understand it's his mom. Of course, she's going to support him. She released a statement this week too. But I'm just like, Courtney, for them to sit up there and be like, well, the whole jury pool's tainted. So a wrap? And it's like, not a wrap. Not even close. Not even
Maddison.
a skosh of a wrap.
he needs to go to jail forever. I don't understand. Why are you trying to escape this? It's over.
Because in his mind, he's innocent. He still is maintaining his innocence. He's maintaining his innocence. His mother is maintaining his innocence.
Jen Shaw was maintaining her innocence too, and look where her behind is at. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It came
Are you
time.
serious?
It came time to testify, and Jen Shaw said, "You know what? That plea deal for 6.5 years is actually looking pretty cute. It's looking pretty cute."
Maddison, I hope that whatever he's trying to do to get out of this fails.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Sean Diddy Combs go to jail. I think the trial actually is it starts on my birthday, May 5th of
Does
next
it really?
year.
Oh my God.
So
Okay.
So girl,
On
we
May
gonna get
5th.
an ice cream cake, girl,
Oh.
from and dig in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because Diddy did it, allegedly. And he's going to jail, hopefully. So
I know what you're going to be
know.
wishing for when you blow out the birthday candles this year now.
Oh, don't spoil it, girl. Don't spoil it. We wanted to. I'm just saying.
No, 1,000,000%. 1 million. It is just absolutely crazy. And sometimes if you don't just have a couple giggles about the Diddy situation, you will be in such a hole. Like it is.
Because there's just so much.
We're going to
Maddison.
talk more, obviously, because we're going to talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce. We're going to talk about a Justin Bieber report that came out this week too. So we'll keep going, but it's nuts, you guys. It's nuts out here. But first, I do want to talk about Nicki Minaj speaking out this week about protecting her peace after her ex showed up at her freaking tour date, Safaree.
Girl.
What was your initial reaction when you saw that? Because I know you had some thoughts.
Honestly, my first initial reaction was that it had to have been some sort of like publicity stunt, and the reason why is because he specifically showed up in like a jean vest, which is like something that Nicki had dragged him publicly before on TV like years and years and years and years ago. So it was almost kind of like an inside joke kind of thing between like him and the fan base. And then like him taking pictures with the Barbs, and it just like didn't have to be a thing, and he made it a thing. And I didn't like it from the get-go.
Tell me you need attention without telling me you need attention. I mean,
it's not like people weren't gonna know it was him. He was walking around with 3 security guards, Maddison.
Oh my God. Get
Like, you know,
a grip on yourself.
So-
Get a grip. Nicki is a married woman and she's a mother. Like literally.
He has a child too. They've both had exes, plural, since each other.
Okay, well now I'm even more annoyed. So she gave this interview on Station Head and she said, quote, "When you're at peace and when you're happy, so many things will start coming to try to steal your joy and steal your peace. Please don't let it." Isn't that the tea? For some reason, as a society, we like to pretend that we like to uplift happy people, but we don't.
Yeah.
For some reason, when we see people who are happy, we want to just absolutely bring them down. What is wrong with us? Not us or the community, but like, I will never understand what is wrong with people. Sorry, I'll continue. But she went on to say, "Everyone knows how to go to watch anything and be incognito. I'm an effing superstar. If I want to go to a concert and be completely incognito, I would know how to do it, okay?" Exactly. He was doing it on purpose.
Madison. He literally could have like got a box seat.
Oh,
he was like in the down near the floor.
He could have done so many things.
Came in through the back, got a box seat up top.
No one would have ever known. Same, lobes linked always. And Nicki did also check her fans a little bit too, being like, "Hey, have my back," because as you said, people were posting for pictures.
Filming videos, rapping with him in the audience. Like, girl, this is someone that said that he wrote Nicki's raps. Like, why would you even respect him after that when you know that that's not the truth?
What would you have done if you saw him in the crowd that night?
Girl.
Would you have ignored him or would you have said something?
I think I would have ignored him. I think I would have just ignored him because just interacting would have been feeding into it. Because then he went on to he was vlogging the whole thing. So after he riled everyone up by being there, he then uploaded a vlog about it the next day.
Where?
So
on TikTok or something?
Wasn't on YouTube. So he wasn't there for good intent. Like he was trying to make it seem like he was there because he wanted to be a spectacle and get content and make some money out of it.
I hate that even more. That is so gross to me. I don't even.
And also, House of Villains just came out, so he needed to promote the show, a little publicity.
Oh, that's 1 million. Oh, that's why he did it. That's why he did it.
Yeah,
Well,
it just came out last night. This just happened.
And we don't know any spoilers on how far he makes it, right?
No, but I couldn't imagine he's there long.
So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's not
Yeah.
there. This is already giving me, you get voted off within the first 3 episodes. You're trying to make the most of those 3 episodes by showing
He's
up.
not talked about at all. Everything is Teresa Giudice, Tiffany Pollard, Candy.
I was going to say,
talking
I'll be
about
honest,
him.
I literally didn't even know he was on the season because I've literally only seen people talk about Teresa and Tiffany Pollard. So that tells me you're not even making it that far. So now you have to go and do this like villainous act and showing up at your ex's. Like, it's trash behavior. It's not even.
Can't let her go.
It's not villainous. That's just it's just trash behavior. You know what I mean? Using her for
Desperate to me.
Desperado.
Leave that woman alone. She even had Nicki then like brought Kenneth out on stage.
Oh, I did see that. Okay, so I did see that. I didn't realize it was because of that. Honestly, good for her. And I know people have something to say about Kenneth Petty all the time, but she had to fight fire with that one. And I think there is no better FU than bringing your current husband out to be like, look at my mans, and I am so happy.
With this full crowd.
What are you doing?
That you're part of.
Having to pull a stunt to hopefully get a paycheck. And you don't even know if you're going to get a paycheck because we don't know if anyone's going to watch that vlog.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Maddison said, loser.
sorry, I do feel a fierce protectiveness over Nicki because her fans were so lovely to us at a time when we needed fierce protecting. So I do feel a sense of having to be like, literally junk punch in public list. Like, that's where he is for me. Like, if I see him in the streets, it's over. You know why? Like, it's a wrap.
Community, do you want your ex showing up at your job? Because that's basically what it is. Your ex showing up at your job. This is Nicki Minaj's office.
That's true.
You want your ex showing up at your job, community? Please tell us in the comments.
No, you do not. Absolutely not. Honestly, though, there are a couple people that I would be like, yeah, I want him to come so that way he can see how successful I am. But if you're going to come to my job and then try to steal my thunder, now we have a problem. Suddenly,
I don't like that.
Suddenly, I'm upset. Suddenly,
Liam Payne
it's
did
not
that to
fun.
Nacho recently, too.
Did you see this week? Sorry, you said Liam Payne, and now my ADD kicked in. Even though I don't really have ADD, but sometimes it's my squirrel brain. My squirrel brain kicked in. Did you see this week Liam Payne's ex-fiance was on TikTok, and she said that Zayn Malik was the one who allegedly threw him against the wall?
Yep. Sure did. They were that, and then this interview or like press conference they were doing like went viral where like they all like had seats, and then like Liam walks into frame and like no one even acknowledges that he has just walked in. I said they hated that man.
No, Liam is a little pick-me, for sure.
Yeah.
And
I'm convinced that he's the reason why they won't do the reunion. That's what I've settled on as of this week.
I'm with you.
It's his fault.
I guess that is a shady comment. I can't say no shade, but he gives me pick-me energy. That is shady, obviously. And here's the thing. I previously have liked some of Liam's music. Like, I don't want to just totally drag the man. I have liked some of his stuff. However, his behavior since leaving One Direction and sometimes the comments he makes to try to get his name in the press give me pick-me energy. And honestly, if I'm Harry Styles, I'm not trying to reunite with you either. Like, I have too much going on.
Yeah, nah.
Zayn Malik's a whole father
that man
now.
has a real platform.
Yes.
Exactly. There are things at stake even more now, I feel like, especially as they age. No one has time to be like with someone that's always in some sort of drama.
No. And I know Niall Horan doesn't have as much going on right now, but I'm a Niall girly, and you know what? His music, too soulful for that drama. You know what I mean? He has a kind little soul. He cannot be dealing with Liam Payne's dramatic energy. He just can't. But I was absolutely LOLing that it was Zayn Malik, and also not surprised. Zayn was like...
He don't have time for the BS, and I'm here for it. Do it again. He said Liam could get some, Yolanda could get some, anybody could get it. Period. He don't play that. He will lay them hands on you. Put the paws on you.
That took me out, Courtney, when you said anyone, lay him out. Oh, when you brought up Yolanda, that killed me. Okay. Let's move on and talk about, Jay-Z and Beyonce are about to lay some people out legally, honestly. They are irritated that people are bringing them up in conjunction with Diddy, you guys. I feel like the big thing that happened this week was with Piers Morgan. So Piers Morgan, in a very bold move, in my opinion, for a nationally televised show, invited Jaguar Wright on his show, which, Courtney, a little backstory for people who maybe have never seen her TikToks or seen anything on social media. Jaguar Wright goes on social and makes the craziest accusations that I'm not saying I don't believe them. She has been around a lot, but just really says things that Courtney and I never in a million years would say on social media because we'd be afraid we'd get sued.
Like Orlando Brown levels of wild.
Yes.
To like put it in a little bit more, so for you to imagine.
Like she would be on social media saying, this celebrity was at this party, sucking this celebrity's you know what, while this celebrity was getting him from behind. Like and names and explicit details, which again, shout out to her. She's still able to do that. Obviously.
She's still alive.
She's still alive. She hasn't been sued. So if that tells you anything. But I just personally wouldn't, I just don't feel like I could be that forthcoming with certain things.
I like sleeping with both of my eyes closed instead of with
1
one eye
million %.
open.
And I like having 10 fingers and toes. You know what I mean? Yes, could I get rid of a pinky toe? For sure. But I would prefer to keep it if I can, you know? And so she was on Piers Morgan and she made some crazy claims about Jay-Z and Beyonce, which, again, not shocking, and honestly, probably not anything more that other people aren't thinking and saying. But she called them a nasty couple. She said they do nasty things. She said that they have victims. She suggested that they were involved in keeping people against their will, compared them to Jeffrey Epstein. Just a lot of things. Obviously, Jay-Z and Beyonce got word of this because, again, she was on Piers Morgan. And huge platform, sent a legal letter, and whatever was in the legal letter was enough to shake little Piers Morgan's boots, because he got on TV the next day and said, we're deleting those accusations from the interview, and I am sorry. Which normally Piers Morgan is somebody who's like, you're coming after me, like I'm gonna come and back at you 10 times harder. But he took that letter and complied. So I'd be very curious to know what was in that.
You don't play with Beyonce.
No.
You don't play with Beyonce at all. Like you said, something was in that letter that made him be like, hold on, maybe I ought to rethink this. Don't lose your platform. Because Beyonce gonna sue you, girl. Don't do that. So at least I'm glad he was able to address it. And then maybe what that does is make Jaguar Wright less credible to be on people's platforms. Because, why are y'all giving this woman a platform if there's no, hardcore proof being given, you know?
That's how I felt about it. I just feel... Again, I don't want to totally write her off because I don't necessarily think she should be written off.
Girl, we hearing some wild things, girl.
We've heard some wild things. However, I just think when you have a platform like Piers Morgan and it is internationally televised, you also have to think about yourself a little bit and think about what you have to lose a little bit. And just sometimes, is that worth having these people on? You know, he also had the woman who Baby Reindeer is about. He had the...
Oh, yeah, he did.
He is the reason why... I mean, people already found her name, and then they reached out to her, they brought her on, but she was on his platform being like, I never stalked anyone, even though we all know that's not true. I never did any of these things. Josh Gad was stalking me, and then essentially gave her the platform to go ahead and sue Netflix, which is crazy. So I just think sometimes we need a little more responsibility from these personalities, but... What do you think about, I guess, also to other platforms pulling things that Jaguar Wright says and putting it out there? Because Jay-Z and Beyonce are getting pissed. They are releasing statements being like, do not believe any of this. We deny everything. This is getting ridiculous. But what do you think about platforms who keep putting that info out there?
I think that Jay-Z and Beyonce should sue each and every last one of them because, I mean, what about Jaguar Wright's claims have been brought to fruition? What do we know for sure that she has said that is actually factual? Why do we keep giving her a platform? So if you're spreading nonsense like that, you deserve to be sued. Nicki took the one blogger to court for saying that, she was playing around with that nose candy. And girl, she legally cannot speak about Nicki at all anymore. So, like, unless you really want some sort of gag order for your platform, I would just, like, take it easy on things that Jaguar Wright is saying, on, like, conspiracy things. Like, if there are facts to the wild claims, if you've got a personal receipt that you want to bring to the light, that's different. Then Beyonce and Jay-Z just gonna have to handle that. But if y'all are just out here just repeating and regurgitating, then hey, don't be surprised if you get a cease and desist.
No, for sure. And I think for people who think, oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're not listening, they're not going to do anything. You guys,
They're listening.
I will say, if there is anything doing what Courtney and I do has taught me, you might think no one's paying attention. Let me promise you this, celebrities are paying attention. It might not be them personally, but someone from their team is always listening, always checking. They know. They know what people are saying, and the noise is getting loud enough that now they're getting scared about it.
Yeah.
That's how I
They
feel.
had to come out and put a stop to it. Piers Morgan, that's an internationally recognized platform. That ain't Lil Becky and Sarah on the YouTube with 10 little subscribers. This is like a platform that people take seriously. And so Beyonce and Jay-Z had to move as seriously as that platform.
Yes. No, for
Who
sure.
knows? They just came out with some liquor. We don't want the liquor brand tarnished.
I know. Is it whiskey? They came out with whiskey, right?
Whiskey, Sir Davis.
Okay.
Is it bourbon?
Or bourbon?
It might be bourbon.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll check. I think it's bourbon.
I need to tell Papa Hill. He's a big bourbon, old-fashioned whiskey guy. Interesting. Wait,
Oh, no,
Courtney,
it's whiskey.
you should try it.
Award-winning whiskey.
You like whiskey, don't you? You like an old-fashioned.
I do. I
Yeah.
do love whiskey a lot. I should try it.
Yeah. I feel like
girl.
give a little review, especially in the time now where everyone has something to say. And I'm not denying that I don't see the conspiracies and believe the conspiracies. I just think you have to be very careful about how you discuss them. And I know Piers Morgan's show is called Uncensored, but he still has to answer to a network. He still has to answer to sponsors. He still, like we were saying, is on an international stage. There's a level of responsibility that comes with that. Even if your show is called Uncensored, that doesn't alleviate all of your legal responsibilities, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
You affected somebody's business.
I would probably give my pinky toe, honestly, to read that legal letter, because for Piers Morgan to backtrack that quickly, I was surprised. Normally he can be a petty person. And
There had to have been someone on his team that was like, you know what, before this even becomes like a negative media storm, let's just go on ahead and apologize. Let's just delete. This could be so easy. That's probably what happened, and thank the Lord for that person, and I hope they're getting a great salary.
Courtney's like, you deserve a raise wherever you are.
Yeah, because Maddison, this could have gotten so ugly.
Yeah, no,
You know?
very fair, very fair. Okay, keeping on kind of the same train, let's talk about this report about Justin Bieber this week. So, new report from Us Magazine, a source said that Justin has been advised to stay as far away as possible from anything and everything Diddy related. The insider noted that Justin, quote, wants nothing to do with Diddy, despite knowing him since he was a young teen. The source went on to say that Justin wants to protect himself, and in order to do so, he's been trying to focus on the positives in his life, saying, quote, Justin is in a hard place mentally right now. He has such a history with Diddy, and the allegations against him are hard to process. This insider continued saying that Justin is trying to focus on, the better things, like becoming a dad, something he's wanted for years. They said his happiness of being a dad has outweighed his anxiety about Diddy. Now, in addition to that, Courtney, Haley also posted something interesting on her Instagram story this week. She posted a 2017, I don't know if you saw this, photo of Justin Bieber when he was like in his bad boy phase, bleach blonde hair, in Australia, flipping off the paparazzi. At the time when this photo was taken, there's like videos of him being like, F off me, leave me alone. And she posted this photo of him flipping off the paparazzi, and then she wrote mood under it. Do you think that has anything to do with the discourse around Justin and Diddy? Do you think that had nothing to do with it? I mean, we are getting a lot of reports like the one that came out this week about Justin's reaction. I don't know if it's related.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it could be, because I think I mean, if we're every week to some extent being like, do we want Justin Bieber to say something or not? We know that bigger outlets are probably, asking and questioning the same thing. I'm sure people that he knows are probably whispering and buzzing about it in a way that we can't even recognize because we're not that in the circle.
Right.
So I'm sure it's a loud pressure placed upon him. And so maybe he said to his team, girl, put the statement out because I'm not going to say nothing.
Right.
And that's his choice. That's his prerogative. But I think if there is anything filmed, it would probably suit Justin Bieber best to say something versus nothing. Because I think that Maddison, one day we're just going to wake up and it's just going to be whatever it is, because we're hearing reports that tapes are being shopped around with Diddy and
I was just about to say, so you think you're speculating
I'm speculating
who's
that
on that tape?
Diddy had everything filmed for years, right? Allegedly. Who knows what of Justin Bieber could be allegedly filmed? And if there are tapes with Justin Bieber on it, I just think that it would be a more positive thing for him to say something versus nothing. Because I think that, like I said, we're just going to wake up one day and there's just going to be all these videos out there. And we're going to have to then deal with choosing how to perceive these things. And we know how the internet just kind of makes up whatever they feel like happened. And I don't think that they would be too kind to Justin no matter what level of knowledge of potential alleged abuse took place.
Oh, I feel like even still sometimes the commentary I see surrounding Justin Bieber is mixed because people will acknowledge the fact that he was brought over there when he was young and couldn't really make decisions for himself. But then I see people say, yeah, but he kept going back. He kept going to the parties. When he was a consenting adult, he was going to these parties. I understand that commentary, but I also think we've got to evolve a little bit to understand that when you've been in that situation at a young age, when your frontal lobe had not fully developed, you're not making smarter decisions as you get older. You now have found yourself in a very toxic scenario that I don't think he might have had the understanding how to get out of it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I think there was definitely extenuating circumstances that might have brought him back as he was an adult. Whether that be
Maddison,
a tape or threats, I don't know.
We got the videos of Diddy saying to Justin, like, oh, I can't get in touch with you. I can't reach you. Like, we don't know whether Justin was afraid or not.
Right. And now
he never really seemed too comfortable after a certain point.
No, there's another video that's resurfacing right now, which I've seen it before, but it's like having virality again, is the one where Justin, I think he's getting out of a car and Diddy kind of like looks like he's patting him down. Have you seen this?
Yes, looking for a wire.
Yes, and people think he's looking for a wire. It's insane to me how a lot of this was done in front of our eyes and we just obviously are now looking at it through a new lens. I truly have no words whenever I see clips like this because I'm just stunned that this was happening. At one point we were probably like watching MTV just LOL, Diddy and Justin. No clue.
But R. Kelly the same way, Maddison. R. Kelly was doing all kinds of weird stuff, just like out in the open.
Yes.
Like you're in Africa talking about, do you want to come back to America? Like, and people was just up there kikiing and laughing, and he was really bringing them girls back to America.
No.
Wild stuff.
Absolutely wild.
We just look at things through a different lens, like you said.
1,000,000%. Obviously, again, whenever Justin, if ever, decides, but I am with you. It's so hard because obviously we don't know what if he even experienced anything. I think what these sources are also really good at and what people on his team are really good at when addressing this in the press is they're good at giving quotes that can be seen from two different perspectives. I think when you read this, you're reading this saying, wow, I can't imagine being Justin Bieber, somebody who was mentored by somebody for years, a friend to somebody who was doing all of this behind his back. That has to be so hard for Justin to come to terms with, to process, to understand. But I also think you can read these quotes through the lens of Justin was involved. Maybe he was somebody who suffered at the hands of this man, allegedly, speculation. But they are really good at giving almost two stories with one quote, I have to say. So I see what you guys are doing, and I don't know how you're doing it, but you're doing it.
I'm going to say this before we move into the next segment, our final segment. I think it's very interesting that we'll never know everybody that's on the tapes because they are already paying off some of the victims. That's driving me crazy.
Of the 120 new lawsuits, for those of you, in case you guys might have missed it, we talked about those last week. The lead attorney on those has come forward and said, basically, that's why they haven't filed all of them publicly yet, because some people are settling before it gets to that point. Right now, they're in the process of, they sent letters out to everybody who's involved, essentially saying, pay up, or your name's going public, and people are paying up, he says.
Do you think every celebrity gonna pay up, Maddison?
No,
I hope
don't
some of
think
them
so.
broke now. I hope some of them broke.
I
want them to be broke so bad so we can know who they are.
And also, so that we can go,
none of it.
we can go take their money. But
Yeah.
I think that not everyone will pay up, because I believe there is a level of narcissism that you have to have in order to be pulling these kinds of things off for this many years. Like Diddy, I'm sure there are people who are getting this letter saying, never gonna catch me. And LOL, because the man who was facilitating all this probably has you on tape. So they probably did catch you already, which is why I think people are paying up as well. People don't know. I mean, the prosecution has so much evidence, you guys, and they're allegedly even gathering more as we speak. They're going to try to add on even more charges. I'm sure people are
We ain't
scared.
heard nothing but from Stevie J in a minute, huh?
Nope.
Oh.
A lot of people, it's been silence.
Silent.
Silence. Insane. But we'll be keeping an eye. We will not be silent or silenced. So you guys can definitely, I know that's
You are
guaranteed.
silly, Maddison.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and move into our final segment, and
Put it in the teapot.
I am so happy we have a Putting It in the Teapot submission this week. You guys, please remember to submit your Put It in the Teapot submissions. You can email us at toastedteapot@gmail.com, or you can put them below if you're watching on YouTube in the comments. You can also put them in the Spotify comments, or you can DM us on Instagram or TikTok. So please do so. We love hearing from the community. Like, truly love it. This week's submission, Courtney, if you want to read it, it's from Christina Cat-Eye, who she said, you guys, P.S. community, don't be shy. The teapot is a safe space. It really is.
I know that's right.
I love Christina Cat-Eye.
All righty. Hey, Christina. Christina says, along with sick days, society's workforce should normalize personal days and mental health days. Not only should we be able to have those days, but we should have multiple of them throughout the year. We should also normalize time off for menstrual cycles for those with severe pain and nausea. All of these things should be normalized without penalty and without guilt and shame. Human beings can't be at 100% all the time. That's why taking time to heal ourselves unapologetically should be prioritized before returning to work. Christina!
1,000,000%.
I agree.
1,000,000%.
If you want us to work and do our best, we kind of got to feel our best and be our best. So sometimes you need a mental health day.
Exactly.
2
and
or
I
3.
feel like this is actually coming at a perfect week, because this week was World Mental Health Day. So, Christina, I don't even know if you put that together. If you did, iconic. If not, even more perfect timing. And just could not agree more. Also, Papa Hill says this all the time, and you guys know he's a mental health professional. Your brain is just like any other organ part of your body. You can't go to work because you broke your arm. Sometimes you can't go to work because your brain's not functioning on all cylinders. And that is okay. You know, you have to treat it like another part of your body, not like a weakness. And we have to take care of it just like any other part of our body. So, Christina, I just cannot retweet that enough. 1,000,000%. And also shout out to what you said about menstrual cycles, because Courtney knows I had a migraine the size of Texas last week, and I was struggling. And when we got done, Courtney was like, go lay down. I was like, bless you.
And y'all would have never known. You powered through it, strong woman.
I know. See, that's Courtney and I, the level of our friendship. We discuss all the bodily functions that are happening. Like, respectfully, Courtney, struggling to function right now. Struggling to function.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm so sorry.
You know what? What's incredible is now this week we're fine. You know what I mean? It's gorgeous. So we're literally chef's kiss, 12 out of 10. You know, we're good. That's how it is.
Running through the cornfields,
Running through the fields. But daddy, I love him. You know what I mean? That's the level of freedom I'm feeling this week. Woo! God bless. All right. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This was a fun episode. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for another week. You guys, make sure you are following us on TikTok and Instagram at Toasted Tea Pod. Make sure you are also subscribing on YouTube. Keep growing that YouTube channel, y'all. Also, make sure you're subscribing wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to participate in the Spotify poll. You guys know you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And I am Maddison Hill with 2 Ds and Maddison Hill 93 on Snapchat.
You can follow me on Instagram at Courtney Revolution and on TikTok and Twitter and Snapchat at Court Revolution. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just uploaded a video this week. We talked about Kylie Jenner. And I'm gonna upload about Nene real soon. About time, Courtney, that you get back on your YouTube train. I'm so proud of you. I know. I uploaded my Selling Sunset video, which did really well. Thank y'all for watching. And so I uploaded Kylie, and now I just have to edit my Nene video, and then we're back in business. Yay! Crossing things off the to-do list this week, you guys. Community, I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic rest of your weekend, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye, guys. Love you.